Carl, you were at Sandy Koufax's perfect game.
What'd you tell you?
Well, I wondered if they would have taken him out in the 7th inning, what would you have done?
Take him out? Why the hell did you take him out? Take him out for what?
Well, to protect his arm.
Idiot!
Apparently, Mr. Fredrickson doesn't enunciate at all.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it, but Phil could do it.
Oh, yeah, Phil could do it.
And it turned out, this was like my old next-door neighbor, their son was getting married. Jack, my son, knew the couple, and that's the only reason, we went out. And I walk out, and I go, what are you doing here? He goes, I grew up with the bride's father. We've been friends since we were 10 years old. I ended up talking to him for like half an hour.
Yeah,
he's the best.
He's a genius. He's an original. Original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greg, I can't believe you've never heard him do his show.
I've never even heard of him, but it sounds ridiculous.
So you got to type in Phil Hendrie, Hendrie, and you will not believe the stuff that comes out. And now Mace, he's kind of converted to being an actor. He's in a lot. He was in This Is 40. He was in. He did a loop on New Girl.
Oh, nice.
He's okay,
acting. Cool.
He still does a show, but he's acting.
Yeah, he still does a show. I think it's from the.
I tweeted out a picture. If you go to Twitter at LA Ireland, I tweeted out a picture of me and Phil. It was really fun. I couldn't believe I ran.
I mean, how much coffee did this guy have to do a whole show like this?
I don't know, but he's like he has more talent than any radio guy I've ever heard.
No, it's crazy.
It was absolutely unbelievable.
You're listening to KSPN Los Angeles, KRDC Pasadena, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Yeah, no, he's one of the best. He called our show one time, right?
Well, no, what he did was, and I reminded him of it, we asked him to come on because you and I were such huge fans of his, and he called and left a voicemail as to why he couldn't come on. And he said, yeah, this is Phil Hendrie's assistant, and Phil can't come on. Why can't I go on? Well, he can't go on because he loves Mason in Ireland, but I hate Mason in Ireland. He did like 4 voices in a voicemail.
Yeah.
We ended up playing the voicemail.
Yeah.
He's just sick talented.
Yeah, no, he's amazing. Yeah, no, you did good with the old man. I thought that might work.
Yeah, I would have to work much harder to be a Phil. And Phil would do it on a phone. He was ducking his head under the desk.
Oh, yeah, he had like a speaker kind of
He was turning his microphone off and back on. Yeah, he said he used to drive our old friend Craig Kitchen crazy. Like Craig, who's the greatest guy.
Oh, fantastic.
Was one of the best bosses we ever had, would call him and go, yeah, can you bleep that? And Phil would bleep the wrong word. So if it was F-U, he'd bleep you and not the F.
Right.
But if you've never heard Phil, go find it. It's really good.
So I wanted to ask you about the decision of Joe Madden to walk Corey Seager with the bases loaded in that Angels-Rangers game. Did it make sense to you?
First of all, by every current baseball metric, it made 0 sense. Corey Seager is not Barry Bonds at his peak. Corey's a good player.
Very good player.
But Madden did it, and I kind of missed this part of baseball. Madden did it to shake up his team. He said, we were kind of in a rut. We weren't playing great. We weren't hitting. And he goes, I think our team had kind of fallen into a lull. And I thought, I'm going to do something crazy. So he walks Seager.
Yep.
The next guy gets an infield hit. Next guy gets a sac fly. Third guy. He ended up giving up 3 runs on the bait. But his team came all the way back and won the game and then went on a little winning streak. And I got to thinking, other than Joe, is there another manager who could even get away with that right now?
Oh,
Buck Showalter's back with the Mets. He might be able to do it.
When you say get away with it, what do you mean?
Most teams are now run by the GM.
Correct. But, this makes no logical sense.
But it worked. They came back and won the game.
Well, they gave up 3 runs in that spot.
Right, but they came back and won the game.
I understand, but you can't attribute walking Corey Seager with the bases loaded to winning the game. No, you can't.
Joe would argue.
They gave up 3 runs. That was the end result of walking Corey Seager with the bases loaded.
Joe would argue that it snapped his team out of a funk.
Joe's wrong.
It's just like when you take Cody Bellinger after an MVP season and just say, all right, I'm going to bat you 8.
It's only the 3rd time in 100 years that it's happened.
And the other 2 were with Bonds, right?
Yeah, the other one was Bonds and one was Josh Hamilton. And by the way,
Joe was the one who walked Josh Hamilton,
correct.
Right?
Yeah, no, it makes no logical sense to walk a guy with the bases loaded. I don't care what Joe Madden says; it makes no sense.
The Angels are actually playing pretty well.
Well.
I'm a Madden fan because he's different. Like, I don't think Madden would have pulled Clayton Kershaw out of a perfect game.
Oh, I do. I think Clayton Kershaw pulled himself out of that game.
Yeah.
By the way.
There's no way Madden would have done it. Madden wouldn't have done it. LaRussa wouldn't have done it. Any of the Buck Showalter wouldn't have done it.
Old guys.
Right.
Old guys wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, old
Right.
guys wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, and those guys you mentioned are all old guys.
Yeah, covered wagon guys.
Yeah, which is which is your best chance. Like you have zero chance tonight of seeing a perfect game. None. If Clayton Kershaw,
the odds are
if
strongly
Clayton Kershaw is
against it.
throwing a perfect game through 6 innings, Dave Roberts will do exactly what he did in Minnesota. He'll take him out again.
Well, I hope we have that problem.
I do too.
I hope we have that drama.
Because then you can stand up and say, "Out! Get him out! Hook him, Dave!"
By the way,
Bickford, we want Bickford.
don't you think there's a difference between doing it at home and doing it on the road? I mean, that was an empty stadium in Minnesota.
Nope. I think he'll do it again tonight if the exact same
Well,
situation comes
what's
up.
the pitch
Because
count?
how can you not?
I think what's the pitch count? That's what I say.
Right.
And by the way, in the case of Clayton Kershaw, I think Clayton Kershaw is smart enough about his body to say, "Dave, that's it for me," which is what he said in this game.
Identical scenario.
Yeah.
Except it's at Dodger Stadium. Dave Roberts does the exact
It's
same
Clayton
thing.
Kershaw's call.
Yeah, does the exact same thing.
Clayton
Roberts
Kershaw's decision.
takes,
You really think that was unilaterally a Dave Roberts decision?
Yes.
I do not.
Matter of fact, I think Dave told him at the end of the 6th inning, "How do you feel about this?" And he goes, "I want to keep going." And after the 7th inning, Dave goes, "That's it. I got to pull you."
Kershaw said, "I was losing my slider. It was the right decision."
I was losing my slider. He gave up no hits, no walks, no.
It doesn't matter.
No
you
base
know, if
runners.
you're losing grip on a pitch.
They were ahead 8-0. What difference would it make if he gave up a home run?
The point is that you hang it on Dave Roberts, and people hate Dave Roberts. Everybody
I
likes
don't.
to bang on Dave
I like
Roberts.
Dave Roberts.
Yeah, but you're banging on him for this decision.
Right.
Repeat
Hate this
over
decision.
and over and over again. And the reality is,
But
it
you
was
asked
Clayton
me if there
Kershaw.
would be a difference if he did it at home. No,
It
he would
depends.
do exactly the same. And same pitch count, same scenario, same score.
More pull to leave him in, but ultimately
Won't
it's up
do
to
it.
Kershaw.
Won't do it.
It's Kershaw's call.
Dave will not
It's up
hesitate
to
yank 'em.
Kershaw.
If you have tickets tonight,
If
no
Kershaw
perfect game
says,
for you.
"I'm done," he's done. If Kershaw says, "I want to go out for the 8th," he'll go out for the 8th.
you think Clayton-
Kershaw has earned the right to tell his manager when he's going to pitch and when he's not. And he agreed with Dave that he would not continue in that game.
I think that he agreed with the decision after the fact, but he would not have pulled himself out. Dave did.
I think he would.
Dave did
I
the
think
same
he
thing.
pulled himself out.
Well, let's see what happens tonight. Maybe it'll be like that
Well,
Japanese dude, and he'll throw another 8 perfect
It's
innings.
unfortunately highly likely we're going to get that. Although I was thinking,
Braves are good, though, right?
what about if he goes 2 innings perfect tonight? That will mean
Get him out! Gabe!
nine consecutive
Out!
perfect innings. Right?
Who's our
Is that still
who's
considered
our
a perfect
long
game?
reliever this year? Who's the guy that's like comes in?
Justin Brule.
Yeah, bring him in.
Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Not
Dave
Will- not
Price.
Will Smith.
No, not Will
Mitch
Smith.
White. Mitch White.
David Price. Mitchell White.
Yep.
Yeah, those guys. Yeah, no, I think I think you're perpetuating a lie, which is that Kershaw had nothing to do with coming out of that game.
All right, so since people like Bergman have never heard of Phil Hendry, Jorge went and found some.
cool.
This is what
Oh boy.
Phil Hendry
Okay,
Did we
sounds
check it
like.
first?
Yeah,
Okay.
here we go.
You checked it, okay.
So tell us about what's happening over at Western Estates. What are some of the excuse me? What are some of the changes?
Well, we've had some significant changes, Phil. And first of all, I want everyone to know that our Summer-tacular is coming up. Steve?
Yep, the Summer-tacular is coming up, man. Official song of the Summer-tacular. Wouldn't it be nice to be together?
Oh, that's a lovely song.
Yes, it's the Beach Boys. Wouldn't it be great?
That's why it's called Wouldn't It Be Nice?
I'm sorry, wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it? Well, Birgit, you sing so lovely.
Yes, wouldn't it be nice if you were there and I was too?
You know,
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
and
amazing.
that's all him.
He's doing 4 characters, I
Yeah,
think, there.
that's all him.
That's amazing.
And I saw him at a wedding on Saturday, so lucky me.
Yeah, no, that is
All right,
cool.
so coming up, explain what we're doing
Okay.
here.
So I decided, first of all, I saw a guy in Idaho, John,
Okay.
who took a motorcycle, or took a lawnmower, balanced it on his chin for 30 minutes and 33 seconds.
Did that get him into the Guinness Book of World
Got
Records?
him into the Guinness Book of World Records. So I
Okay.
thought, we must be able to set some kind of record. We are Mason and Ireland and Bergman and Jorge. We can obviously do something. So the one we came across was most saltines in a minute, in 60 seconds. Now, Ireland brought saltines. I brought saltines. They're
We're
crackers.
not messing around here. We have
Crackers
actual
everywhere.
saltines.
And the world's record is 10. The world's record is 10. Now, you were doing some demo a little bit earlier. I'm
I think I
saving
made
myself.
a tactical error.
Yeah.
I put 3 in my mouth at the same time.
Too much?
I think the way to go. You got your phone?
Yes.
All right. I'm allowed to do this, right? To break it in half, right?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
do you can
So,
do
here's
any
what I'm
of
gonna
that
do.
stuff.
Ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
Set, go.
Okay, that's one. You're still chewing. Still chewing. Still chewing.
How
one
long?
cracker.
How long?
You're at 15 seconds.
Okay. So I've got to.
You've got to pick up the pace.
All right. I've got another plan that I will try.
All right, Coach. Yeah.
I will try.
You've got to come up with a different plan. We'll do it coming up
Okay.
next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Afternoons on 710 ESPN.
With Sedano and Cat.
Look, if Jeannie is listening and you want another, another mind in the room, I'm happy to sit down and chat about it.
Listen, you've given a lot of great advice so far this week. A lot of it is
Honestly,
legit.
you don't even need to give me a job. I'll just sit down and chat with you about it. I don't think I'm Jerry West, but I clearly know what I'm talking about here.
No, you're Jorge East is who you are. Okay? Seriously.
Sedano and Cap for your afternoon drive.
Coming up next at 4 p.m.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey, look, another pipe leak.
I thought Mr. Fix-A-Leak fixed that.
I thought you did too.
Well, it's just a drop.
It's a trickle.
I can patch a trickle.
Oh, yeah? Can you patch a slab leak, Mr. Fix-A-Leak?
A slab leak?
You see that water coming up?
Yeah. Oh, it's seeping out.
Don't splash it.
So what do you want to do?
Call Repipe Specialists, like our neighbors did.
Okay.
Repipe Specialists can repipe our whole house and guarantee no leaks for life.
For life?
And new pipes can improve our low water pressure. It costs about half the price of a plumber, and they can do it in as little as a day.
Mr. Fix-A-Leak can't do that.
Apparently, you can't fix leaks either.
No.
Tired of leaks or low water pressure? Call Repipe Specialists, and in 1 to 2 days, they can repipe your whole house with new PEX tubing and guarantee no leaks for life. Call 213-493-8085 for a free in-home estimate and pay nothing down and no payments or interest for a year. That's 213-493-8085. Call today, 213-493-8085, or visit repipe.com.
How do you make the most of your land? If you ask the Wrens, who run with us on a John Deere mower, they tell you,
I mow first, then I do all the trimming.
But the Hubbards, who work behind the wheel of a John Deere
710 ESPN.
It is Mason and Ireland, your Monday. Don't forget, Sonato and Cap coming up at 4 p.m. We'll have a little crosstalk action between all the fellas, the whole Mishpucha, around 3:45 after the fellas do Game of Games. Right now, though, I believe it's time for that Saltines Challenge. Let's get to it. Mason and Ireland on 710.
All right, here we go. The record, the world's record, according to Guinness, is 10 saltine crackers in 60 seconds.
It's too much.
There is a debate about whether or not it's okay to break. You're not allowed water, right?
Okay.
But there's a debate about whether or not you're allowed to break them up.
All right, so are Bergman and I going first, or are you and Jorge going first?
You and Bergman are going first.
You should not be able to break them up, by the way. That is my thought.
I'm not breaking them up.
What's the vote?
Amanda?
Breaking them up.
No, you're fine. I want to.
You can break them up after the clock starts. You can't prep and break them up ahead of time.
Okay.
I think you actually. I want to see if you can do it even with them broken.
I don't think you
Bergman
can anyway.
And I aren't. We're
all right, we're going straight.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Saltines Challenge. John Ireland on his feet, Greg Bergman on his feet. Jorge, will you man the clock? Oh, I've got a stop sign. I've got a clock.
Just getting the breath ready.
You guys got this. I believe in you.
Okay, John, Bergman.
Give us a 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. Okay, Ireland goes with 2 crackers to start. Bergman's going one at a time. An interesting strategy. Bergman appears to have 1 cracker down. Ireland's mouth still full. Ireland, I don't think he's eaten 4. Ireland says he's got 4 crackers in his mouth right now. Now, Bergman is moving very, very slowly. I would call it a languorous pace, but that's
I think
not
a
word.
turtle's faster than him.
A turtle is faster. Ireland's going 2 more crackers right now. Bergman is going one at a time, and he's slowing down.
30 seconds.
We're at 30 seconds. Ireland, how many at? You're chewing. Ireland's at 6. Bergman
6
is trying. He's at 5. Bergman's mouth is completely full. He looks like he is done. He looks done. John Ireland continuing. This is going to be for 8.
50.
Ireland going for 8. You've got 6
55.
seconds left. 55. 54. And 1 minute.
No.
Wind up. I think if it's in your mouth. Do you think if it's in your mouth it counts?
No, you have to finish it.
You have to swallow. Otherwise, I would have had more.
So, Ireland, what did you stop at? 8.
I think Bergman kind of screwed him up a little bit because it took Ireland off his game because he started laughing.
Did laugh
Yeah, did laugh.
All right, Jorge, it's your turn.
All right.
All right, wait a minute.
Can I still eat the saltines?
Ireland needs to get his saltines out of the way before we can get started. That was... It's much tougher than you think it is, right?
So I got 8, but I really don't think I fully swallowed them.
Swallowed 8,
but
yeah.
I've got 3 left. What did I put
Because
out
you
there?
put out 11, because the world's record is 10.
All right, Mace, you ready?
I'm ready.
Jorge, are you ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay.
Now, coming in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Now, Mason has just piled them in front of him, and he's stuffing them in as quickly as he can. Jorge, what are you doing? 1 at a time? 2 at a time?
Oh, my God. This is hard.
All right. 10 seconds. All right. Mason's moving better than Jorge. Jorge seems very casual. You got 4 down. Jorge, you're 20 seconds.
I can't get any done.
Okay. Mason seems to be a complete mess. Jorge has method here. 30 seconds right now. He got 30 seconds left. Jorge looks like he only has 5 left. Okay. So he's 5 down. He's got 5 to go. Mace has at least 5 to go.
Oh, my God.
And 40 seconds. You got 20 seconds left. Jorge, you're doing pretty good. Chew faster. All right. The 45. Mason's now trying to go. Mason's got more on his shirt than he does in his mouth. Jorge has made a mess on the floor. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it.
That's awesome.
All right. Jorge, how many did you get down?
Hold on, he's choking.
All right. Yeah. By the way, did you, Amanda, anticipate medical assistance for this? I think we may need a paramedic.
We were talking. Someone might have to do the Heimlich. We thought it was going to be you, Mace, that was going to choke.
You did the same as me. You got 8 in your mouth or 7? You went 7? All right. So I win with 8.
You win with 8.
But I didn't fully swallow the 8. They were there was still a lot of crackers in my mouth, so I don't even think that counts. It's hard. 10 is almost impossible.
10 is impossible.
I could not do 10, even if I could still have them in my mouth. I could stuff 10 in there, but that would be it.
Right. And the point is, you've got to actually swallow the crackers for it to be for real.
Jorge's still chewing. Yeah, Jorge is still chewing.
I'm still chewing.
All right. Yeah, it's impossible.
It is impossible. I don't know how that guy did 10.
Yeah. I don't know what constitutes a fully eaten cracker. Because
I think having swallowed it.
I still have some around my teeth.
I do too, around my teeth.
No, after 4, you can't chew anymore. Your mouth is so dry, the salt, the crackers.
How many did you get?
I got 7.
7 is good. Ireland got 8.
Yeah.
Bergman, how many did you get?
I only got 5 in my mouth. That was it. I was trying to swallow. It was impossible.
I want some Game of Games money for that.
I got
for
6.
Nate.
I got 6 in crumbs. 6 in crumbs.
Yeah, the crumbs are a little bit
You
wild.
get 1,000 per cracker. You get 8,000.
Yeah. Now, there's another goofy one that I would never try because I would get sick, but how much milk you can drink.
That, I hear, is terrible. It makes you throw up.
Yeah. But it's like if you can
gotta
drink a gallon of milk in 60 seconds
Is
or
it
something.
a gallon of milk?
Let me look it up.
That seems unsafe. By the way, this one, just if you were considering doing this with the kids tonight, speed eating can be extremely dangerous. Please do not attempt this record unless you are above the age of 18 and trained as a professional speed eater. So there you have it.
So Kobayashi would be...
Oh, he'd kill it. That was rough.
It's just so dry.
Yeah, they are dry.
Oh, so get a load of this. It's 60 minutes, 1 hour you would be given to drink a gallon of milk, and most people can't do it.
Yeah, I hear you throw up on that one.
Yeah, you do almost every time because people try and drink too much of it. Makes you too full.
Now, when it comes to milk, I'd like to do the milk crate challenge. That's what I'd like
that
to do.
is
The
the
milk
worst.
crate challenge.
I'm not kidding.
I'm all for it.
The worst idea you've ever had.
Just get mats underneath it, so if I happen to
if you
have
put on a
spill,
sumo suit, you could do it. But I think how many screws do you have in your?
9 screws and a plate.
Yeah,
yeah. Don't do this.
Yeah, this is how you get 9 screws and a plate.
I was told if I fell out of an airplane, the only part of me that wouldn't break is that foot.
Well, there you go.
Because of the titanium. So somebody tweeted this. Why are you guys taking all the fun out of being a sports fan, saying it's childish to wear a jersey? You guys are being burnouts. What's next? Khakied and collared shirts to get in the 710 ESPN Country Club?
Yeah.
I think that guy's got a point. I'm all for if it wasn't cold tonight, it's going to be like 60 degrees at game time. If it was, I'd be wearing my Kershaw jersey.
I think wearing a jersey to a game is fine. Now, Amanda felt like it was a complete disqualifier. She would never date a guy who wears jerseys. But at a game, Amanda, I don't know. Amanda's just walked back in. I don't know if it's that bad at a game. What do you think?
At a game.
Okay, I understand guys wearing them to a game, but I personally would not go with a guy to a game who was wearing a jersey.
Even if most of the people in the stands were wearing jerseys.
Yes.
And even if it was old school, like a Jackie Robinson jersey. What about this? I invite you to a game on Jackie Robinson Day, and I'm wearing a Jackie Robinson jersey.
You got to make an exception there.
You're not throwing me out after that.
Yeah,
now, once you spend 10 minutes with me, you probably would. But.
So if I wore a Kershaw jersey tonight, and I do have a Kershaw jersey and wear it all the time, you would think I am blank?
A loser.
Yeah. I mean, Ireland said it.
So you wouldn't come tonight if he was wearing a Kershaw jersey, I'm wearing my Roberts, he's wearing his
I would
Urias.
not go with you guys.
You would not go.
No.
Or
she would be
I would
embarrassed.
walk in the ballpark with you guys, but go sit somewhere else.
It's that bad?
It's not my
I
thing.
think sports is supposed to be fun. I think we
Sports
all
are
feel
fun. What's
part
fun
of
about
it.
By the way,
jerseys?
did you go to the Super Bowl?
I did not.
Okay. But if you did, what would you have worn?
Well, it's different because I would have been working.
Right.
So I've been to the Super Bowl 3 times, but I'm always wearing working.
But like if you were going as a fan, it's okay.
I actually went as a fan
to
once.
wear a Rams sweatshirt, right? Or
sweatshirts, T-shirts, hats.
Yeah, I wore a
that's
Rams hoodie
fine.
and a Rams hat.
Yeah, when I went and watched my Steelers win the Super Bowl several years ago, I wore a Steelers sweatshirt.
Yeah.
See, so you put that in a different category
Yeah,
than wearing
sweatshirts,
a jersey.
T-shirts.
Well, because you could wear a Steelers sweatshirt anywhere to anything. Like if you were going to the movies.
Correct. Well, I mean, I wear hoodies to work.
So let's say
that's
I go
become
on.
your attire.
It has
on a
become
daily
my
basis.
attire.
By the
is
way,
a
are
hoodie.
you wearing sweatpants today, or do you actually have jeans
actually
on?
have jeans on.
Wow, it's a miracle.
Well, it's because it was the first day.
Last
Don't
week,
think
by
it'll
the
count.
way, last week you weren't here. This guy, oh my gosh, he looked like we pulled him off the street.
But he's always looked like
I
that.
was wearing sweatpants.
Oversized sweatpants that look dirty.
By the way, all it will take one time. One of our many, many general managers said to Mason, hey, you really should need to dress more professionally. And Mason, overnight, started dressing better.
Started wearing jackets every day.
If Sam said to Mason, hey, you really need to dress better, Mason would correct. But until somebody says it, he's coming like this.
It's radio. This is the beauty of radio.
By the way, have you taken a shower today?
Of course I have. I take a shower every day.
Before you come in?
Every once in a while, there's a shore shower, what I call a shore shower.
What's a shore shower?
It's you gargle.
That's not a shower.
You throw on some clothes, you throw on a ball cap, and you go. It's a shore shower.
That's what you looked like last week. I mean, you literally, I've never seen him dress so bad.
And I made such a good impression on the new sales manager, too.
Yeah, he met the sales manager, Justin. Justin, by the way.
Yes, Justin.
Yeah, and I looked and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, can you believe that guy? He's see, to me, this is just me. Like, I'm going to wear a hoodie every day.
Well, yeah, I mean, remember Ireland during COVID? What did he do? He wore his pajamas like all day long.
I once
every day.
True story.
I did.
One time when the Rams were changing their uniforms, okay, Kevin Demoff sends a note to Mason and I, hey, I want to put you on with the designer of the new uniforms and the new colors.
Yeah, I remember that.
And we're going to walk you through them so you know what you're talking about. And we said, great. What time you want to do it? He says, 10 o'clock. I log on to the Zoom. I'm kind of looking like I'm looking now. And I swear to God, Amanda, I couldn't believe it. Mason is in bed without a shirt. And I go,
you were topless?
My head was mostly
what are you doing? And he goes, oh, yeah, thanks. And he puts a Rams hat on. And that was it. But he stayed in bed. He pulled up the covers. But you
Yes,
tell
I pulled up the covers.
You don't have the figure to go topless
So-
on a Zoom.
I was okay in this Zoom. I looked good.
No, he looked ridiculous. And Kevin's in his office going, okay, you guys ready? Yeah, here we go.
No shame, Mace.
None.
No shame.
None.
That is-
What's the point of shame?
I get it.
Why
you know
bother?
that ad where the guy walks out and he's not wearing pants and he goes, oh, I thought we were doing a Zoom? That's
it's like
Mason.
a Folgers commercial or
Yeah.
something. By the way, Mace, I wanted to bring something up that we were talking about earlier before Ireland got here. there was a little prank Ireland that we were going to play on you.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
It started a couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago. You weren't here, and it was determined that – did you hear about it?
No.
Okay. It was determined that they were going to tell you that they were not keeping me, but they were keeping you.
Yeah, because you guys contract negotiations.
Right.
We're in the middle of contract negotiations, and so
first call would have been to Mason. Very first call.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Even if they told you under no circumstances tell anybody.
Yeah. Well, I'm more loyal to you than I am to them. But
Mason didn't think that.
Well, because he had this exact scenario play out.
No, I know.
That's why we were going to test you with the reverse.
So we were going to test you.
In his defense, I have another job. He didn't at the time they did it to him.
Right.
And so had he...
That's true. You were going to do Laker games no matter what.
Right. And so it would
But would you really have called me right away?
Right away.
Would you have believed us? Like, if Scott and I were on a Zoom meeting with you, and we were like...
What reason would I have not to believe you?
Yeah, we should have pulled it off.
And then
you were the one that didn't
I'm
want
the one
to.
that said
no. It's your fault, Mace.
I'm the one that said don't put John in that position.
No,
I don't think anybody should be in that position.
Right, but I would have. I mean, what do I? It would have been. Hey, I don't know what's going on here, but they just told me they're talking to me, but not renewing you. What do you know? And you would say,
I would say that's news to me.
All right, and I'd say okay.
No, you would have let the joke go on then after that too.
Oh yeah.
So then you would have played it up.
I would have kept it going. It would have been an elaborate prank.
No, first call.
No.
I wish we would have done it because I really wonder if John's first call would have been to me.
Wait, Ireland, would you have been upset if we did that to you, though?
No.
I didn't think so at all. So why, Mason, did you not want to do it?
Because it was like the law
because
of the land.
He's had it happen to him.
The law of the land was do not tell anybody about this. I didn't tell anybody about it.
Yeah, John totally would have told you.
Right
away.
I can't keep it. You know this, Amanda. I can't keep a secret from anybody.
No. You,
that was the whole point.
You are the biggest gossip. You and Sedano are the biggest gossips at the station.
You know who's just as bad as me?
Who?
Michael.
Oh, yeah.
Ask Sliwa.
That's how the hashtag Ask Sliwa.
A lot of reaction to you guys. Danny tweets, Amanda is a party pooper. Our jerseys are our uniforms for the game to show support for our team.
Are you playing?
Yeah.
David Rodriguez, I'm sorry, but Amanda and John and whoever doesn't wear a jersey to a game are nerds and squares.
I'm okay
it's
with
the
a
opposite.
game.
The ones that wear the jerseys
I'm
are
okay
nerds
with wearing
and
a
squares.
jersey to a game, but I think anywhere else
is
a foul.
I'm okay at a game, but I'm not going to go with a guy that's wearing one at a game.
Because you have a judgment.
It's not judgment.
That guy is
I don't like the way they
mature?
look. I think it's a little too fanboyish.
Fanboyish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, sports is supposed to be fun.
By the way, are you like Jamie? Jamie Maggio hates ball game proposals. You know how when somebody
don't. If a guy tried to propose to me at a game, I would say no and walk away.
Love it.
She says the same thing.
Such a great moment. Such a
Jamie
cool
says
moment
I could
at a game.
be completely in love with the guy, and if he proposes to me on the
such
scoreboard
a cool moment.
or at a game,
but
I'm
here's
out.
the thing: if you're dating a guy, he should know that you don't like that. So if he does do that, then you shouldn't marry him anyways.
Right. You would know by now what kind of guy he was. But I think scoreboard proposal is fantastic. And you know what? And the deal is, even if it doesn't, let's say there's a scoreboard proposal, girl says yes. It's not a binding agreement. Like she can
No, she can say no.
She can later say no. I was just doing that for the scoreboard, right?
Yeah, but see, I'm also not one for public proposals.
Oh, really?
So it's not just the scoreboard thing, but I think it's more of an intimate thing between the two of you.
Bergman,
I don't think you need to make a big scene.
When you meet your next wife,
what number is that? Number 2 or number 3?
That would be number 2. Thank you very much. Not number 3.
Proposal a possibility?
No, absolutely not. I would never do a scoreboard proposal. I think it's ridiculous.
I think it's cool. It's like one of the heartwarming moments of a game. It's one of those many
okay, so if
heartwarming
Juan
moments.
did that to you,
I'd
would be
like,
oh.
I'd
You'd
be like,
swoon?
all in.
You'd swoon.
Thumbs up, dude. Thumbs up. And then afterwards, I tell him, we're not getting married.
I did something to one of Lisa's bosses when I proposed to Lisa that literally almost blew up in my face. So Lisa was working the White House Easter egg roll in Washington, D.C.
Mm-hmm.
She used to work for a company like, you guys remember Earthlink?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Right?
Earthlink.
So they were doing the first webcast of the White House Easter egg roll with Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
So Lisa was basically sitting next to Hillary going, okay, this is Steve from Venice. You want to wish him a happy Easter? And Hillary would say, hey, Steve, happy Easter. Thanks for checking in on the, so Lisa's doing that. So that night, I fly in, and they were working all weekend building up to this Easter egg roll, and it was a ton of work. They were working like 18-hour days, and they were having a big party to celebrate. So I called Lisa's boss. Her name was Brenda. And I said, Brenda, you need to make sure Lisa's in her room at around between 7 and 8 because I'm going to knock on the door and I'm going to propose. She doesn't even know I'm in town. And Brenda goes, got it. Done. And the thing goes well, and they all decide they're going to have this big party.
Yep.
And Brenda goes, well, Lisa can't go to the party.
Mm-hmm.
So she walks up to Lisa and says, hey, I'm so sorry to do this to you, but we've got the biggest client we could ever land is sending a proposal between 7 and 8, and I'm going to have it delivered to your room, but I got to go to this party. She goes, what are you talking about? I've done all the work all weekend. I'm going to the party. She goes, you can't. You cannot go to the party. And Lisa goes, Brenda, I'm going. This proposal will wait. I'm going to go stop by the party for your hour. She goes, if you go by the party, you're fired.
What?
That's how important this meeting is. She goes, Brenda, you're out of your mind. I worked harder on this than anybody. So Lisa's thinking about quitting. Brenda's threatening to fire her. And Brenda finally wins the argument. And Lisa goes, I don't get it, but I'll go to my room. She goes, at 8 o'clock, you can come to the party. She goes, you just got to be in your room till 8 o'clock. Of course, my flight's delayed.
Oh, no.
7:45, I get to the hotel. Knock on the door. I go, I got a fax. I'm Phil Hendry. I got a fax proposal for you. And Lisa opened the door, and I was on one knee, and I proposed. But Brenda had to threaten to fire her to keep the bit up.
Wow.
That's a good story, though. That's a good story. That's a good one. It's a good proposal.
My friend Brendan Flaherty is a higher-up guy at Ohio State University, and he's like a vice president of something or other. I don't know, something big. And he worked out a deal at the Ohio State spring game. They have a band. The Ohio State band still plays at the spring game. And they spelled out "Marry Me," and his wife was there, and that's how they got proposed. That was the marriage proposal.
See, with me, the band would screw it up, and it would say something like "hairy arm," and it wouldn't work.
Yeah, no, "Marry Me" with the Ohio State marching band. Right, I thought that was a very memorable way to get engaged.
We were 0 for 4. We do not have a Guinness Book of World Records, but you know what we do have? Jump ball.
Oh, jump ball.
So your consolation prize
is Bergman.
Is Bergman doing jump ball instead of a world record?
Best segment on the show.
Yep. By the way, don't forget, lie of the day at some point today. Either I will or have told a lie. If you know what it is, make sure you listen at 3:30 for a chance to win a pair of tickets to our exclusive Lombardi party. You can take a photo with the Lombardi trophy, see it up close. It's 2 passes to our private Lombardi party on May the 12th at Hollywood Park Casino, hosted by me, Rams Souvenir, and a chance to win Rams autographed merchandise and more. Again, lie of the day at 3:30 today. Mason, Ireland, 710